tells me something different. That's not addressed in our house rules at all. So we would approach it in the same way as we do all other communications.
Okay.
Is there anybody else that wishes to speak?
The speaker shall.
Thank you.
Okay, then it's the
Just
speaker
briefly,
shall.
I just want to encourage you to go this direction, just for one reason, and that is all the energy that we watch and see in the national constitution, that we see in our constitution, is clearly around getting as much as possible in terms of representation, getting government close as possible to people. And the ability to redress, actually to get somebody to respond, not just put on the record if somebody complains, but actually to get a response from us, from we the people, legislative representatives, just quite a crucial piece of this. Obviously juries were a piece of that, and it goes on, but this is a piece, and we've sort of lost it, oddly, since the 60s, if not earlier. And that's what I just want to encourage you. Thank you very much.
Is there anyone else that would like to speak to that? Okay. Are there any members that have any questions for the subcommittee or any comments or discussion? Representative Jasper.
I just want to make sure I understand clearly what it is we're doing. Because I read this, it is merely going to be read, placed on file. The House is, the intent is not for the House to take any action relative to these petitions. Correct. Okay.
With the exception of
yes, with the exception of elections
or election-related petitions. Any other questions? And would you like to make a motion? Huh? Representative.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'd just like to comment on Representative Jasper's comment, and that is that does not preclude any member from reading the petition, going to the clerk's office, reading the petition in full, and taking action if they so desire, under existing rules and conditions. Thank you. And I would make a motion.
I would. Oh, you were on the committee.
Yes.
Representative Foster.
Thank you. I would move.
Representative Foster.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. What do you mean by any representative or any legislator taking an action of going up there to read? I mean, what is left on this petition that could happen? I mean, this is just going to be something that's going to be spoken at the when we're in session, and then it goes away and goes up to the clerk's office, gets files in the drawer. Is that what we're saying it's going to happen? I mean,
well, it will be filed on record, so anybody can, anyone, whether they're a member or not, it is public record. So they could go up and read it on, read the file, and afterwards, after a certain period of time, it goes over to archives. So it would be available as a matter of public record.
so the final decision basically is that the petitioner by Constitution has no say, nothing, what's anything that he's already tried to exhaust at all means within our court system. There's no other way to go. I mean, that was our main intent on this here. That's why we went this road.
Representative Campbell.
Well, it was felt by the subcommittee that based on how petitions have been treated in the past, historically, that's how it's been handled. The reason for not going further is it became very problematic as to how, if you do refer it to a committee, what does the committee do with it? Does the committee take further action on it? Do they have public hearings? We were opening up can of worms after can of worms after can of worms if we started taking further actions of these. We decided to treat them as they've been treated historically, to put them on file, understanding that way we're not screening the contents, that the ones that are coming in, because we felt if we had a screening process, we probably have to screen out all the ones that were previously adjudicated, because we didn't have the ability to hear them as a legislature, since the judicial branch already did it. But we get rid of all that. We in fact do take all of them in, but we don't sanction them. We just accept them as a communication, more than a communication, because it is a petition in a certain form drafted by OLS, and then it goes to the clerk's office for permanence and is open to members of the public to see.
Representative Belstar, would you like to take a seat and
Yes,
testify?
I'm actually getting paid today, so I see it. So in other words, then, constitutionally, did your rules come up with some type of, like for instance, for me to go back to my constituent, who I've sat in the courtroom many times and I've read hundreds and hundreds of documents on the misuse of the court system, on the rubber stamping which we've seen going on. So is there something that I have to tell him, you're done, that's it, you're over with, there's nothing in our constitution, in our state of New Hampshire, since there's no way of the judiciary reviewing the judiciary, because we've already filled that route. So I have to go back and tell him that this is it, end of discussion, the rules did not come up with any other suggestions, solutions to correct this problem.
I would state that from our investigation of this, the petition process is not a form of relief for that. You do have the option, if it's appropriate, every 2 years, every year actually, to file legislation. And the petitions, I don't think in this state where we have easy access to representatives and to introduction of bills, it wasn't the intent of, the historical record doesn't bear out, it wasn't the intent of the subcommittee to allow this to become a different vehicle to bring legislation.
I don't really want to sit down again, but I actually read a bunch of the responses. The general court has made decisions and corrected decisions and ordered payments and all sorts of things. I'm surprised you guys didn't run into that, but we have done that. And redress and petitions and grievances are 3 different things. A petition for redress is asking for redress. Redress of what? A grievance. So they've made their grievance by way of a petition that asks you for redress, and we're going to file it. I ask you not to do that. Please don't do that. We redress it, hear it, make a decision, take it to the general court, and I mean, what would a bill look like? Tell me what the next step would be. Where does the person get redress? Redress is us addressing something to correct a bad situation caused by government, which is the correction we're looking for. I don't understand. I don't understand at all if you're not going to do anything at all unless you don't have redress.
Representative Itse.
I think Representative Itse was in the committee when we discussed this, and I wish he hadn't stepped out. This does not preclude, after this is read into the record, a representative or a committee chair or a representative members of the committee from taking this issue on. It doesn't preclude a representative from getting up and speaking to the body on the issue. This is my understanding. So it doesn't close off the issue, but it does give you a vehicle to speak, to get it before the body, if the body wishes to take it.
Somebody explain to me how that might work.
Yeah.
Is that clear to someone how that would work?
It's read to the
petition's in the house.
It's read.
It's filed somewhere.
It's on, but it's not on file. It is read to the body.
Summary.
A summary. The summary will, if at that point, if there are members of the House sitting there from the various committees, the chairs of the committee, if they see that there is if they feel that there is an issue that needs to be addressed by the body, that can be addressed legislatively, they would do that.
I just want to correct one thing. I don't believe the petition would be in order to come before the House under rules. You'd have to amend the rules to allow it to come before the body. The intention of this is to have it be filed. The intention of this is not to have further action on the floor of the House. That is the intention.
And then I
Okay,
did not
okay,
say
that's
action.
I want to make
I did not say action. The action would be by the committee chairs or by the